Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Okay, yesterday we had a discussion about the concept distances, how it can be calculated in a graph as well as the tree also. Okay, so next related concept, how the distances can be calculated in a tree. Okay, in a tree, we had some doubts regarding the classification about the trees. Okay, so now I have just taken some screenshot of that. Yesterday I have just given on wrong definition to that. Sorry for that. So later I just browse the papers and then books. So the correct definition of the binary tree. Okay, let me explain with the basic. Okay, see here, tree is nothing but it can be with any number of children it can have. Okay, at the same time, the primary condition should be follow. It should not have circuit. Okay, that is a important condition. You should check into that. At the same time, next, if you could see general tree, normal tree means it can have. Now you can see the difference in a general tree. In your first node, that means in your parent node, very first node, how many children it has?
Any number, sir.
Any number. Very good. So, but in your binary tree, the condition is to be followed. It has the important note you need to check into that. That is at most two childrens. It can have. It is allowed to have at most two children. So it should not have like three childrens. Okay. So, but it is allowed to have zero children. Not a problem. It is allowed to have one child. Not a problem. But maximum two. It should not exceed two childrens in each node. Okay, so at the same time in your last level, certainly it will have zero children. Okay, that will follow the criteria. So but in your general tree, what it is followed, you can have in your starting node itself, you will can able to see that totally there are four childrens. Okay, but it is strictly to be followed. It can be two, it can be allowed to zero, it can be allowed to one, but it should not exceed two. Can you get the difference between normal tree and then binary tree? Is it clear up to this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Yesterday I was given the confusion, the as per the slide, what I have observed, only one vertex should have the degree 2. That is a wrong concept. Please forget that. Sorry for that. So the correct definition is, the binary tree definition is, can have at most two nodes. That means two childrens. Okay. Now, okay. So now see here, next definition is full binary tree. That is the another classification of the binary tree. If it is having a full binary tree means first it has to be a binary tree. Next, full binary tree means it may have exactly zero or two children. So what it should not have? Can you just try to say the difference from the binary and then full binary? What it should not? So, very good, super. So the correct answer here, if it is a full binary tree, means it should not have the children as one children. Okay, if suppose if I'm having one node extra means, then certainly I should not call this as a full binary tree, because the condition is it can have zero children or two childrens. Okay, next, complete binary tree. The complete binary tree means here all the levels are completely has to be filled. All the levels has to be completely filled. Okay. So at the same time, it is allowed to have one children. Okay. But the one more condition, as far left as possible. Okay, for example, see what they are saying. This is a complete binary tree. If suppose instead of this two childrens, if it suppose if it is in the possibly like instead of these two nodes, if it is behaving like this means it is not a complete binary tree. Now, can I call this as a full binary tree?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now you have understood the difference between tree, binary tree, full binary tree, complete binary tree. Okay. Tree means there is no condition. You can have multiple number of children, but in your binary tree, you are restricted to have at most two number of children you are allowed to have. That is the binary tree definition. In your full binary tree, you are allowed to have the restriction either 0 children or 2 children. But in your complete binary tree, you are allowed to have 1 children, but it should be arranged in a proper way as far left as possible. At the same time, the completely it has to be filled in all the levels. Okay, that is the difference. Now you will find the difference between full binary tree and then complete binary tree. Okay, so this can be called as a complete binary tree because it is arranged in a proper way. Okay, even though it is having 1 child, but it is allowed to call as a complete binary tree. It's not a full binary tree. Okay, so this is a full binary tree. So can I conclude this as a complete binary tree? The first one, figure 1.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
What is the reason? The siblings are in the which side? Right
side.
side. Very good. Okay. So now have you cleared about the definitions of tree, binary tree, full binary tree, and then complete binary tree? Is it clear up to this?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
what is the meaning of completely filled a level, sir?
Completely filled a level means, for example, if suppose, sometimes 1 minute, I have, let me share the pic to you because very just before 15 minutes ago I was just browsed a page, but I forgot to copy that figure. Anyway, one figure shows like it is a full binary tree, not a complete binary tree. So that time actually it was showing the structure. I forgot that shape, but anyway, see here. So it can be completely arranged like in the right hand side only. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. Can I call this as a full binary tree? Can I call this as a full binary tree?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, but what is the thing is, I should not call this as a complete binary tree because it is not completely filled. Completely filled means it has to be arranged as far left as possible. But it is not a completely filled because here the complete left siblings, it shows empty. It is not completely arranged. It is completely filled only at the right hand side. So that's why they are saying it is not completely filled. So I could not call this as a complete binary tree. Okay, that is the original meaning of completely filled. Can you get the point what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
This should be checked in each levels. You may just check the point like in one level it may be arranged properly, but in a third level it may be arranged in the right hand side. That time will it be allowed to call as a complete binary tree? No. What is the condition says? It should be checked till the last level, not in the last level, before to the last level. Before to the last level, you need to check whether it is arranged properly, like all nodes as far left as possible. Okay. If it is not followed in even at one level, intermediate level, if it is arranged in the right hand side, not filled in the left hand side, means that is also meaning of not completely filled. Can you get the meaning of both the things? Is it clear up to this?
Sir,
So if there is a sibling on the right side, then there should be a sibling in the left side. That is the meaning, no, sir?
Yes. Actually, if there is a sibling on the right hand side, not in the left hand side, means that meaning says not completely filled.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay, next. So other things we have already discussed. So now we can enter into another one. Okay.
Sir.
So, yes, please.
Sir, how figure 2 is completely binary tree, sir?
Sorry,
Sir, figure number 2, sir.
figure number 2. 1 minute. This figure? You're talking about this figure or this one?
Sir,
This one, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
Okay.
how figure number 2 is complete binary tree?
Yes. See here, the complete binary tree, the condition has to be, it should be here. It is not a condition like a full binary tree. In your full binary tree, you will have 0 or 2 children. Okay. But in your complete binary tree, there is no such rules like a 0 or 2 children. But what is the only one condition? It should be completely filled as far left as possible. The children's has to be filled from the left, not from the right. Okay, but here you are allowed to have 0 children, 1 children, or 2 children. But maximum it should be followed 2 only. Okay, I may just ask you one more question. If suppose, can I call this as a complete binary tree?
No, sir.
Can I call this as a full binary tree?
No, sir.
Can I call this as a binary tree?
No, sir.
No, because it violates the rule of binary tree itself. Okay, so at most 2 children should have. So that is the difference between full, complete, binary. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let us enter into the another one. Okay. See here, next definition is already you are discussed about tree and other things. So here, minimally connected definition. Sometimes one graph is to be called as a minimally connected graph. When it can be called as a minimally connected graph. See here, if you are going to remove only one edge, for example. Okay, so now this is a connected graph. This is a connected graph, but it is not having any cycle. So certainly this is a tree. Okay, in which if I remove only one edge, that can be any edge. Okay, if I remove only one edge from the graph, then the graph decomposed into 2 components. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. So here I have removed this edge. Then this graph decomposed into 2 components. This is one component G1. This another 4 vertices can be considered as another component G1 and then G2. So in your graph, if you remove any edge that behaves after removal of an edge that behaves as a 2 components, right? So then such graph is called minimally connected graph. So this can be applied only when your graph is in the shape of
Tree.
Tree. Very good. So that is a very important thing to be noticed. So that's why they are just slightly explaining in another way, like the minimally connected graph has no cycles. So if the graph is no cycles, means that certainly that graph is to be called like a tree. That's it. Okay. So here they are just trying to connect with the concept tree only. I hope you are understood the definition of minimally connected. Okay, next. Already we have discussed about the eccentricity and then center of a tree and then center of the graphs. Okay, now we can enter into the another definition, that is cut set and then cut vertex. Okay, let me explain with one page. Already I have taken that, so that could be easy when you go through that instead of the slide words. So I feel like that could be very easy. Easily you can pick that. Okay, see here. Okay, let me explain from this. See here, there are 2 things. One is cut vertex, another one is cut set. Listen carefully. Okay, cut set and then cut vertex. Cut set explains about the edges. Okay, edges. If you are removing some particular edges from the graph, such edges can put in a set. That set is called cut set. Okay, listen carefully. I'll repeat the definition again. Here in your graph, you are removing some edges. Okay, you are removing some edges. That edges, maybe this one is actually E1, this may be E2. Okay, I am just removing E1 and then E2. Okay, this is a web page, so I could not write properly in that, so please adjust that. So anyway, just for the point sake, I'm just using this tool. Okay, so here if I remove two edges from this graph, I will have the graph that has two components like G1 and then G2. Okay, G1 and then G2. So by removing those two edges, the original graph G into two components G1 and then G2. Okay, then those removal edges are called, sorry,
Two components means two subgraph, right?
very good, two subgraphs, exactly, you're right. Two components means both the components are to be certainly, it can be the shape of subgraphs. Very good, you have got the correct point. So by removal of those two edges, it forms two components. More precisely, those components can be called as a subgraphs of that original graph G. Okay, next, those removal edges can put into one set. That set is called cut set. Okay, so let me explain in the PPT also. Okay. Yes. So here you will have the original graph. You will have the original graph in which you will have some edges, in which you are removing some edges. By removing some edges, you will get the shape G into two components. Okay, G1 and then G2. That G1 and then G2 are the subgraphs of G. Okay, so those two edges are more number of edges can put into one set. Such set is called cut set. Okay, next definition is, okay, let me explain with an example, then only you will understand it. Okay, see here. Okay, can you try to say which edge can remove here to form as a disconnected graph? Can you try to point the exact one?
CE, sir.
CE.
Very good. If I cut this, CE edge means certainly this graph will behave the shape like two components. Okay, so here I have removed the edge C so that it formed two components. Okay, both the components are subgraphs of this original graph. Okay, so here I have just taken only one edge. So by the same way, I am allowed to choose this edge and then this edge. Okay, that time also it is possibly can have two components. Am I right? Am I right? Can you get the point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if I remove the edges CB and then AD, okay, CB comma AD, by removing those two edges, I will have the one shape as G1 as only one edge. Remaining is in the shape like this complete part. Okay, now also I can have two components. Both the components are the subgraph of the original graph G. Okay, so here this is also cut set. This is also cut set. So by the same way, I can have multiple number of cut sets in a single graph G. Okay, so this is the definition of cut set. So now let us enter into the another definition of cut vertices. Cut vertices means, see here, if you remove any particular vertex means, if you remove, sorry, yeah, tell me.
Can we remove FG and HG?
Not a problem. FG and
HG.
yes, you are allowed. You will have that time one component will be as G. The remaining will be completely, which will be in the shape of, which will have exactly in this shape. Can you get the point what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you remove FG and then GH edges means you will get the shape like one component will be as a null vertex. Okay, that is your G vertex will be is in one shape, that is G1, G2 component. This completely can be in the shape, can put in the component G1. That is also possibly, okay, not a problem. So that's what I have told you already. Here there is there you can find multiple number of cut sets. Okay, next, cut vertices. Okay, in your cut vertices, if you are planning to remove any particular vertex means the corresponding incident edges also will be removed. That is the difference between cut set and then cut vertex. Cut vertex is also to be called like a cut point. If you are removing this point means the corresponding incident edges also will be removed. Okay, that time if it creates two components or more number of components, that forms subgraphs of the original graphs means then such points are called cut points. So that is the difference between. So let me explain this. See here, here it is removed E vertex. So the corresponding incident edges also removed. It formed two components, two disconnected components. That means two components. The graph is original graph is disconnected into two components. Then this E is a cut point. I can call this as a cut vertex or cut point. Can you understand the difference between cut vertex and then cut set? Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Okay. So by the same way, they are just explaining here the cut edge also already there. Already have explained to you. Okay. Next. Okay. Now let me just enter into another definition. Edge connectivity. Okay. Edge connectivity. Edge connectivity means actually in your cut set there is no restriction to reduce the number of removal edges, but in your edge connectivity there is a restriction. What is a restriction is you are supposed to choose minimum number of edges. You should try to plan out if you want to make a G as a disconnected component by removing some edges means that number of edges should be minimum. Okay, that means that has to be a smallest cut set. That has to be a smallest cut set. Okay, now can you try to say what is the edge connectivity of this graph? That means what is the minimum number of edges are needed to make this graph as the two disconnected connected components? How many number of? Very good. So here at least two edges are needed to convert this G into G1 and then G2. Okay, to break this graph into G1 and then G2, at least there are needed two number of edges are needed. Then only I can have the split up. Okay, G1 and then G2. So here that may be any number of edges, not a problem. So here edge connectivity means you need to mention that at least number. Okay, minimum number of edges are needed. Okay, let me just ask you another example. Okay, see here the same thing. It is applied in the vertex connectivity also. Minimum number of vertices whose removal makes G into G1 and then G2. That is the definition of vertex connectivity. Now, can you try to say on this graph, what will be the vertex connectivity number needed?
2.
Vertex connectivity. Vertex connectivity. One is the answer. See here, let me explain with the example. See here, if I remove this vertex, if I remove this vertex means certainly this edge and then this edge will be gone. So this particular edge will play the role as the null vertex. So this is one component. The remaining complete will be in another shape. That is another component, G2. So here it is allowed to have, it will be only one vertex is more than enough to make this graph into two components. Have you understood?
So what are G1 and G2 in this case? Can
G1 and G2
just-
are the components. That means by
not
applying
that. I mean, in this case, which were like what shape is G1 and what shape is
Okay,
G2?
very good, very good. Yeah. See here in this shape, this this is actually one single vertex, that isolated vertex. That will be in my G1. Okay. The remaining part, that is actually this part. With it, sorry. Okay. So this will put into a G2. Can you get the point what I'm saying?
So but I is
But
moved,
I
right?
are removing. Yeah.
So I is not there, right? After removing it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So here, by removing, okay. Okay. So by the way, but here, how many vertices are minimum required to remove this into two components?
2, sir.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so here I also feel like at least 2 is needed. Okay. So at least 2 is needed. Anyway, you can just check from your side. So is there any other option to have by removing only one vertex? Because what they have mentioned in the site like one. Anyway, I'm not sure that is that answer is correct. So let us check parallelly. Not a problem. Okay. So now come back to our topic. That is actually edge connectivity. How many edges are needed at least to remove this into two components? What is the answer? Edge connectivity
Two,
answer.
sir.
That
Two, sir.
certainly 2. Okay, because here it is connected. If I want to remove CI and then IJ edge means, then it will make a two components, right? So by the same way, certainly at least 2 number of edges are really needed to make this graph G into G1 and then G2. That you can agree, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So by the same way, okay. So can you try to say the answer edge connectivity for this graph? Last example.
Again, two, sir.
2.
Very good. Again 2. Very good. So okay. So this is the thing is about under cut set and then cut vertex. So they are given also in the slide like yeah, cut set. See here, they are just saying cut set like in this graph. They are removing